One of the most important things that local music scenes provide is a community, a place for free self-expression where one doesn't have to be afraid to be themselves and be judged. The environment that these spaces provide is one of the most beautiful and cool communities that I've gotten to be part of. In this interview, Sean, a member of local band Kid Calico, describes the importance of local venues and what they mean to him.
My name is Sean Navarro. I do vocals and guitar for Calico. We've played at the Vera Project twice now and the Black Lodge 3 times. The DIY spaces in Seattle are so important because I feel like a lot of us, these are like the only places like this that we can really fully express ourselves. And they're truly safe spaces for people to meet others without being judged and for people to actually be themselves for once, because these venues really do help people find themselves and be who they really want to be. A lot of people don't get to grow up in an environment where they're not judged, and this is that environment, you know. We built such an amazing community where you can just be yourself and everybody will love you for that.
The ultimate backbone of scenes like this are venues. Venues provide the space that allows for shows and music scenes to exist in the first place. Here in the greater Seattle area, we are lucky to have many independent music venues, like the Vera Project, the Black Lodge, Real Art Tacoma, to name a few. For example, with the Vera Project, which is a volunteer-run venue that's mission is to create a safe space for radical self-expression for community members of all ages. By creating spaces like the Vera Project, it allows for an outlet for traditionally outcasted people to be seen and heard throughout their self-expression. Where this comes into issue was that during my research, I found that it's harder for independent small venues to run now more than ever. Even in our local area, venues are closing as operation becomes impossible due to rising costs to stay open. We've seen Madame Lou's of Seattle and Grandma's House in Bellingham both closing this year, contributing to a larger trend of venues closing. The main reason I found to be responsible for this was gentrification. Gentrification can be seen as the process of a class shift in an urban area, as wealthier people move in and price out poorer people, which typically removes the local culture. To paraphrase Janelle Borg, a music journalist writing for Bands in Town, these wealthier developers these wealthier developers may see the lots that venues take as prime spaces to put an expensive smoothie bar or another luxury condo building. So they'll offer these already financially struggling venues a price they cannot resist in order to acquire their space, ultimately making it harder to keep local scenes alive as the spaces to host them disappear due to them being priced out. This process of gentrification makes communities feel more sterile and corporate, as properties get redeveloped from local businesses into chains, and buildings get remodeled into cookie-cutter condos. Now you may be thinking, this is terrible. What can we do to help preserve these creative spaces? Now, even though it may be impossible to completely stop the trend of gentrification from occurring within our communities, my answer to that is to reconnect with your local scenes and to volunteer. By reconnecting with local venues, whether it be attending local shows and or donating, if we all contribute in some way, it can help ease the financial burden that is the main pressure that leads to the closure of many spaces. Additionally, many of these spaces are reliant on volunteers to operate, and by volunteering, you can become directly involved with your local creative communities by helping them operating. By accomplishing these two things, we can help ensure our communities have creative spaces that thrive.